Hello everyone and welcome back to Ladyhill. Now I know it's a bit of a late start today, but as you see the weather's not exactly playing ball for importance for harvest time. So we luckily have other jobs we need to do as well. For example, so today, our first job is going to be the main job, going to be harvesting the oats, the canola, and one canola and the onions left to do next time. But I do want to try and get some of these fields turned around because it's not long till we're going to need to get barley back in. We now have all the barley down at the beer, so to produce beer. The boots were already worth 12 grand at best selling time. You see here, got quite a few bits and pieces. We're going to sell if we needed to, but we're all right. I've replaced the buy anything station, just this time in a slightly more useful spot. It's now in the quarry entrance. It's set up so we can drive through it, so that should make it better. You'll see that's what I'm sure. But what I am going to do first is I want to get things sorted out because I have plans. We need to get these fields. We start getting these fields turned around. We need a new piece of equipment. There ain't one in the used. Bringing back my old friend here. Now, I know we've had this in a few series before. I apologise for that, but the matter is, there's just no better way of doing what I want to do. Should go a bit creative with the colour scheme on it. Yeah, gold. How about gold and a bit of silver? I think that looks classy. Yeah, I'm going to take the risk and just straight back because I'm thinking we can do a contract later on just to try and help boost our numbers. But I want to get this guy doing. If we get this guy working right, this will mean we won't need to weed. Because doing this, the game sees this as ploughing. So as a result, we shouldn't need to weed again afterwards, which is going to be great. I'm still, okay, the rain has to say, I'm still hearing like rain sound effects even though I'm not seeing it. Yeah, so I'm saying, try and get those last few fields harvested. That's first canola field, all the oat fields. Try and get at least a couple of them turned round ready for replanting. I'm going to need to empty our big trailer now is full in it, so I'm going to throw that or I'm going to just use the other one. Probably just use the other one because the big trailer is really meant for this guy who's going to be busy doing other things. Keep me, I'm going to replace that forklift with a telehandler because that forklift's not great. Actually, grab all of it, please. Thank you. I don't think the only thing this is missing. There should be a locking bar at the top there. Yeah, this should make doing these fields so much easier. Like I say, no need to weed them anymore, no need to herbicide them. Rip them up. We should technically stone pick them, which we may do. We may just run the stones in with a roller. We'll see how one looks and how we feel. But I want to get this guy going and I can go and get on with the harvest. Has this guy actually been set up? I doubt it. Nope. 2 headlands. That's usually the way. Off he goes. So then for the... Which one do I want? Where is the other trailer? That's what I need to bring. And the trouble is I can't dump the TMR that's in that trailer in the TMR mixer because that's full. That's why that's turned off. What did I do with that other trailer? All our tractors are accounted for. What did I do with the trailer? No, is it that one right freaking behind you, you friggin' moron? So the field we're working on today is going to be field 15. I know I'm going to have to do the parking bit around here myself, but still it just means I can get... I hope that his entry point is like up the top here. Yeah, it looks like it is. Aha, a gate. But I'm going to cheat and jump through the hedge because I can. Last thing we need is to mess around. We have exactly too much work to do. Actually, we have to rent this thing for at least one more. That's another reason why we need to try and make some money. So we have to probably do a contract or do a sale of something. I can only go down and just sell all like the milk, butter, eggs, so on. Speaking of milk, that's actually a really good idea. Just where's going to be the best price? How much milk do we actually have in stock? Just standard milk, 12 families. I mean, that alone's worth 30 grand. No, actually, 25. I'll read the thing right. As much as I would just put it to the dairy, the dairy is still so busy working through what's already in it. I'd rather just let it get on with that. At least that way we know it can. These guys should give birth in a couple of months, which would be amazing. We got our first proper babies. Okay, it's delivered. This thing is managing it, but it's not. I won't say it's happy. But luckily, CI's got to deal with it, not me. You're ready. You're dealing with things. All that's left is for me. I don't think we should have straw, so we can't get straw from canola. No, you don't. That's good. We literally have a full shift. I've had to do a third line of bales because our straw bales are literally filling both their slots, which is great, but it just means I don't know whether I need to bother doing the ones from the oat field. I might just leave it. It's a shame we don't still have a mod where putting the straw down like this acts as a layer of fertilizer, but just it's taking the time. And I know it's technically it's throwing money away, because even if you just straight, unless we just bale straight, or we just use our forager and then just straight sell. That's our other option. Excuse me, I'm going to drive well about. He's going to be well in my way back. I'll just shove him out of the way, I think. I do really like this combine though. I think if I was to try and buy a combine, I don't think I've ever really used case combines before. If I was, I generally think this would be a strong candidate because it has such a great combine. Obviously, it takes this massive header really easily. There's a really good tank capacity. Its tank capacity is not far off. The capacity of its tank isn't far off that trailer full. The Incredibles. Tell you what, because we bought this field, I think we put a layer of fertilisation on it, but basically this was all the previous farm work, yet the yield map is showing really strong. Did buy all the pH data, didn't I? Yeah, I did. You see there, so obviously the nitrogen level's dropping because we're ripping it out, but yeah, the yield is actually really good. This is really promising. If both these fields could be the same, obviously canola we're just producing to sell because we can't We haven't got an oil mill yet, and we have a long way off anything like that. I said it's going to be cells or scenic. So higher numbers are better. So let's hope we can get through this field fairly quick. Well, this field is yielding fantastically, folks. Now we're going to actually chuck this onto an AI for a little minute. We should just take over from where I am. And this guy we can leave working with him. The reason for that is I want to get... As you know, we had the issue I caused with the selling anything station. Now, I could just pretend that didn't happen, put the money back, get on with it. But I don't want to. I kind of like where that puts us. So as a result, the job today is obviously to try and make some money back. Now, you saw during that time lapse you watched, 9 grand went out because we went over an hour's rental on the harvester. But then luckily the milk sold for 24 grand, which has put us back. Not a bad place. Oh, it's certainly not too bad. However, what I'm going to do now is while the AI gets on with that field, I hope, then it looks to be, he nearly finishes this one. I'm going to go down to the dairy. I'm going to get all the pallets that are there. We're going to sell them. Oh, what we can grab as well is I know there's a full pallet of eggs around here. We grab that as well. We'll just take it over to this. I think most of them best sell point. Every house. Multi-purpose buying station. Farmer market. They're all different places. They had to be, didn't they? Like I say, we take it all just to McKinney, so at least it's just down the road here. Sell it all there. I know it's not going to be absolutely the best price, but see there's our straw bale collection now getting rather impressive. That isn't quite full yet, but it's near enough. And so he's finished. That means this field now in theory will be ready to replant. I do have ideas. If we can get the money together, I would like to think about lime spreading it. I'm not guaranteeing that now. Did I miss my turning there? Really do with the front weight on this while it's doing this job, just to give it a bit more purchase. But... Right, so this thing isn't set to allow create fields, so it shouldn't, in theory, try and rip my drive up. Shut the gates. I know they don't like the gates. Meanwhile, say we head down to the dairy. So I just letting the cows talk for a bit. They're probably talking more intelligence than me, to be fair. Now I'll stop hitting the wall. And now I'll stop hitting the wall. Like I said, I don't think we're getting a huge amount of money off this, but it's all just to help keep us. What have we got at the moment? Our loans. 400 grand worth of loans. Which, to be fair, if we have a good selling season, I can see you taking a big dent in that. Then we have 2 higher purchases. Not totaling a lot, luckily. But onion feels looking. I can't wait to get doing that. Obviously, the oat and the canola is good and it's good money maker, but the onions, I'm kind of hoping for something. I think if we got it right, if we get the yield right, the onions will fetch us a lot more money than people think. From my experience on other maps doing onions, you get quite a lot of quantity, and even without production, you should sell for pretty decent money. So this is where you do, of course, I need to come around the back here, don't I? Yep. I'm going to tell this at McKinney, at least that's like next door. I didn't feel like all of them. Might as well have the partials as well, because I'm taking out like the 4 litres. Actually, we're going to see what this sells for. It's a real higgledy-piggledy pallet, I'll give you that. He said only full ones, but I'm just kind of waiting to get this money out of the way. Once we've done that, we'll probably take back over from the harvester again. I just remember which one. I should have seen that coming, really. Oops. Kenny's not this one, it's the next one up. I just play some random person's driveway and try to sell them some milk. That garage he's got, that. I wonder if we can actually open those garage doors. That's got me very interested. I'm sorry folks, I'm getting distracted here, but... Back here. Not a garage door, it's just the back of like a shed, but this is pretty cool. Only 90 grand as well, but it's not. How have you ended up all the way up there and stuck behind him? The AI man, it's certainly wild. Wild off in feral, I'm not sure which. Little guy's struggling a bit with this whale. There's nothing we can raid him with. Don't worry about that 10k. For some reason, the game will show you that when you've opened the pause menu. You don't pay it. It pays it when it charges you. So it charged me that during time lapse because that's the first time I've opened the menu since it did then. Or did it? 36? It's charged something. We're higher than that, I'm sure. Okay, this is all going a lot better than I actually thought it was. Okay, I definitely wasn't expecting us to make that much money off it all. I'm not arguing, like. we could just pay off the bigger of the loans. I'm not actually going to right now because I don't want to wipe us to zero. That also gets me wondering now about land. I'm trying to see what's available that still needs harvesting. If you can buy a field now that still wants harvesting, there's a nice future earner for us. Definitely one that we can harvest with even when we already have like, but that's taken over from it. I'm also going to do these swoop across just because I want to keep the order at the outside. I don't know, I might actually get all this field in before it's full. In fact, what I might just do. Obviously, he'll only take another half and then it'll be full. So if I give him pictures to go now, he'll at least go and try and load. I'm probably going to do loading for him, but I doubt he'll be able to figure out the silo, but at least we're sending him that way. I don't know when's that range you? 6 o'clock, so that's going to tell a day. But luckily for me, I'm pretty sure the oats, yeah, we can harvest them tomorrow and the canola. We got the barley done, that's the main thing. So everything else is sort of growing. And do I actually start harvesting onions? That can be tomorrow. It sounds like a lot for tomorrow, but at the same time, don't forget, apart from the two canola are the only two like, big fields. So hopefully it looks like we get through them fairly sharp. It's the oat fields you'll be able to fly through relatively quickly. As we continue with this, it's just knowing that I'm going to have to back him in, no doubt. I also don't know what the capacity of our silo is or whether we're going to be skating it. I am thinking though, next year these three become barley. I know it means that one's technically not done a rotation, but these three barley, then we have oats. And look, that's a fair size film. What's the crops it got in it? Can be long grain rice. I mean, sorghum. That's a cheap field when you consider the size of it. Look, 8 acres, so it's bigger than any of these fields we have here. Can't help but think we get that we have is a sorghum one. In number one, we have a big field. Can we split it in two? See the size of it there. Oh, I got 165 there. I think maybe that's the one worth buying. 111, I think is all the landing. Hang on, do we get both fields? I think you get. I think you get that bit of canola at the back there as well. Or is that part of that? It's really hard to tell. I think that's part of that one. No, this one I think is. No, this one's just 35 in it. We're all excited then. I thought I discovered a hidden target. Told you you'd be stuck. Well, I discovered a hidden bargain there. It turned out not to be. I don't know. It still turns out. I still think it'd be a pretty good field to have, but I want to try and make a little bit more money before I start spending large amounts of it again. Making the right balls of this. I'm going to try and get this field done, at least one or two of the oak fields done as well, but we'll see how it goes, so please sit back and enjoy. So you know, folks, through this time I've been sat here racking my brains as to what do we spend this money on. I like the idea of Field 35, I do. I like the idea of, I just feel like Field 40 is actually a really nice machine for us as well. And that's ready to harvest. Around the back and I can get around his pipe without destroying any crop. Don't mind me, I'm an undercover agent. How much is Field 4? That to me is too cheap to even not consider. And obviously we need to pH is really good, nitrogen's not great. I'm still so tempted by this though, just because we'll get the sorghum off, obviously we'll get the crop. That is such a great piece of land. So if we have that and then we have that as one of our barley with these two, then I think that'll be a superb addition. The other option to me was going to be we buy the harvester. Now we can't buy this one because sadly there isn't a mod on 25 to buy leased items. Shit. Well, that fricked us, didn't it? Right, so I'm gonna have to just, because I think this rain's setting till midnight. I'm gonna have to skip. Luckily, I'm pretty confident. Oats, yeah, tomorrow. Canola tomorrow. So if we can skip the night, as long as it doesn't, what's this do with that sorghum? Do I buy that sorghum field now just in case? Even better, if I get a contract and then I buy it, that could be even fucking cooler. Right. I'm gonna skip the night because there's not a lot more I can do. The AIs that are working will keep working. Obviously the ripping field's not a big deal. I got the wrong one. Be nice and early, 6 AM. Hope overnight we aren't raped too much by our finances. 127. Quite a lot of stuff going to use as well. That's kind of tempting. Right, so the rain has stopped, so let's achieve that. Now then, is there a contract to harvest? There is. If I accept this contract, I get 10 grand. Plus I get bonus crop. Plus I'll pay the same price for the field. That's the same harvest that we currently paid, isn't it? I'm having that contract, we're doing that. That's also interesting because we can run by selling some of our onions, which we should have ready. But I'm going to try and get at least a couple more of these fields done. Because this has put us a little on the back foot, I'm not going to lie to you. because we have a lot of fields now we need to harvest. And if I just work in a line, obviously I've got from here, I've got 4 down to 6. We do the 35 contract, and we're around 16. And then we've obviously got field 8, which is the onions, which we'll need to rent an onion harvester. Now, how much out of interest? I'm going to use a Colossus. I'm sorry, I know you can use the bits that go on a tractor, but I've just not got the patience for that. It's going to be a good old lizard Colossus job. Out of interest, how much is a Colossus? We go full, like standard is 18 grand. Then we need one of those, which I'll probably put, I might put a little bit of increased working with on just to help us out. And I could free up the sodding trailer, I could even and get it started. Not today, not obviously this episode, but next time. But yeah, if we do the contract first, we're gonna get, basically we're gonna make well towards what the field's gonna cost us back. That field always tempts me as well. I mean, it's an expensive field, but look at the size of it. If I had that field, I'd only cut it down there. I'd cut the field into 2. So I did say we wanted some more grass, but my plan was actually to replant grass on 16, that one by our greenhouse, just so that way we're not having to mess around with that field too much. I think we're going to have enough other land in other places that we can afford for these 3 to be our grass fields. Plus that means they're nice and close to the farm. But I'm gonna budget. It's gonna cost us 20k to rent the equipment to get things, and then it's storage because at the moment we don't have anywhere to store them. I have a mod for onion storage. It's also an edited mod I have for our Hutan series, so it's got like a 1,000,000 litre capacity, but no major worry. So yeah, we're getting through these fields fairly quickly now that we're actually getting into them. Obviously, I do want to get all the harvestable fields done today, because it makes it the last day we rent this harvester, and then we can start looking towards obviously when things need to be sold. If we time some of these cells right, we're going to make a lot of money. Even that canola, we don't need to have a lot, but look, that's worth 75 grand if things go right. Silage. The milk's back up again. Should I just go and send him to sell the milk again? Because there's 20 grand back in our pocket. The dairy can actually take it today, so I might, once I've done this field, I'm going to unload. I'm going to send the trailer back to unload himself while I do field 4 over there. What I might just do is send the milk tanker off again. Obviously, next episode, folks, is going to directly follow from this one. If the rain hadn't come in, I would have finished tonight, but the rain sort of got me. This guy can meet us. I'm hoping I can either get all of field 4 in. And this guy can meet us at field 6. He's not going to quite be able to fully empty me this time. There was the selling. Let's just sell it. I want the dairy to work through what it already has. All the cows doing for food. Their food is pretty well down, so the chickens, they've got loads of food and they barely eat any, so they're doing alright. Oh, hang on, that trailer's empty. That's a good sign. That's why they still seem good on food, because they've obviously been taken even though there's no trailer attached. That Bluetooth PTO's working again. And away you go, go and sell that. Away you go, go and sell that. And well, I just need to nip through one of these gaps. We'll go to our next. They've deliberately made these gaps so this doesn't fit. God damn you, FSLandscaping. So close, Corn, you can get through there. And Harris, I believe in you. There you go. To celebrate, we can get right back to work. So today's weather, there is rain, but it's not till like feels darkness tonight, which is fantastic. We are in canola planting season, although this year I don't think I'm going to do any, no real use case for it. I was in this field beforehand, but somebody let it wither. Look at the game, it's like not going to penalise me for like hitting that with a header or anything, which is nice. He's going out there. Obviously renting the onion house is going to be the big thing for next episode, trying to get that done. I might end up with 2 AIs doing the big harvesting contract, that might be the easiest method. He's stuck on the edge of the map there. It ain't him, it's me, am I stuck on the edge of the map? It must be, it looks like our field boundary goes slightly to the edge of the map. Okay, this field might be getting sold again. Maybe like that, then that's no good. Yeah, I'm guessing that's like the edge of the world. Ah, that's going to annoy me too much. We'll get the crop off this field. We'll have the crop. We'll steal his crop, and we'll sell him his field back. And that money might go into a. I mean, look how we can buy like a big grass field for not a lot of money. I know it's only a little bit there, but it's just that I know that will irritate the living shit out of me. At least some of that I can imagine AI have a real issue with. So no, it's good. We've basically stolen his crop at this point. I mean, field flipping is something I'm generally against, but this to me is an unintentional field flip. Feel free to berate me in the comments if you want. But folks, I think we're going to leave this one here, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out the rest of the channel. We have a lot of fantastic stuff on here right now. I know you're going to find something you love. Please like, subscribe, share. And until next time, we'll see ya. Goodbye.